Damn racist came over my eyes. You like me fucking alive. I'm Rakai. I am a monkey. Hey, yo, yeah.
Oh my god.
We're about to go broke. Chad, we lost like 10 brand deal. Chad, W manager, but we need some PR training, bro. We getting some PR training tonight, but it's over for me, bro. I lost like 10 brand deal, bro.
Them chickens, man. Them chickens gonna come home to roost. The Clover Boys, a group started by Kai Cenat, featuring his childhood friends Talil, Dez, and Punga, streamer Reggie, and other content creators and friends that he found on the internet, Rakai and Ray. Oh, and definitely don't forget about Tota. Just embarked on their new journey. They bought a content house in Atlanta, Georgia, and their first video is off to smashing success, marking the beginning of what will ultimately become basically the next AMP. And I can go ahead and stamp that because I do really feel confident about the work that's being done over there. Not necessarily because I know those guys and who's behind the scenes, but just because this is a very entertaining group. This group can be very raw and this group can be very edgy. And while that is an appeal to the group, it's partially the reason why they've gained over 500,000 views on their first video. It can also be their downfall. And right now it's seeming like Ray and Rakai's unhinged behavior has finally caught up to them. And it can also be not just detrimental to them, but the entirety of the group. Now, for what it's worth, Ray and Rakai have always been very edgy, always been very boundary pushing and tiptoe lining and, you know, just doing weird stuff that people would say is really bannable. It also doesn't help the fact that Rakai is 16, which is like a protected class on YouTube. So interacting with him in a certain way and having him do these things puts a different level of spotlight on them. Now, this isn't some hidden secret or anything like this. The community knows. Hell, even Kai Cenat himself has given them warnings about the path that they're going down and how it can be detrimental to their careers.
It ain't even really Ray for real. Like, Ray be thinking in the but he still do. Like, Rakai dumbass just do. But Ray gonna think before he do. It's like Ray, it's like if Rakai jump over a bridge, Ray jumping over the bridge. Like, what the you got going on? Like, Ray don't have a brain for himself. So we gotta make sure that these is good, bro. Rakai, he really the one that's like leading. Like, he's doing dumb and not thinking. Ray is thinking behind what he's doing, but also knowing that he gotta show like he like that, you feel me? Rakai leading down a path where something is gonna happen and you feel what I'm saying, it's gonna be crazy. Rakai don't think. Ray usually think.
Now you're probably...
And see, you know, I've always respected Kai Cenat for being a really good, like he's always been, to me, he makes good content, you know what I mean? And I think he doesn't have to be very tiptoey, he doesn't have to walk on eggshells or like be borderline like canceled because just to make content or to go viral. He's always just had good content. Same thing with like with what I Show Speed. They just have good content. They're good entertainers. But for people like Rakai, right? I just noticed that like he was blurred out in Omizi's video. I'm not sure if that's done on purpose. Well, it's pretty obvious that it's done on purpose. But to the way Rakai and is building his brand is not going to be sustainable in the future, especially when he becomes an adult, because I'm sure he's going to have access to a lot more opportunities as he gets older. And if he keeps going the way he's going, he's not really going to have much of a career to sustain, not because he's not entertaining, but because he's putting himself in a position where he can't be brandable. And that's just something that Ray also needs to think about, because if he, you know, like Kai said, if he follows after Rakai with just, you know, I guess like feeding off this type of like entertainment, you know, it's making the kids laugh and it's, you know, it's funny, you know, for them, and it's, you know, like a streaming tactic to get viral clips or whatever. If he follows after that, then his career is also not going to be sustainable. So I really hope that, you know, Rakai and Ray both can learn from this situation and, you know, focus on being more entertainers than, you know, pushing these boundaries so that they can have more opportunities for the future.
Thinking, how can Rakai, somebody who was younger than Ray, make Ray's actions be brought down to Rakai's level? Hell, it could be the money, it could be the fame, the fortune that Rakai is getting, the recognition, or whatever the case may be. But, you know, sometimes when you're in the backseat of the car with your younger sibling and they've got their finger hovering right next to you or they're flicking you or whatever the case may be, it's easy to say, hey, take the high road. But sometimes you gotta stoop down to that person's level. And even Ray can acknowledge that he stooped down to the level.
Here's the thing is, I know that Ray they influence each other in bad ways.
Nah, definitely in that way.
Definitely. Hey, Ray, the worst thing is you're 19.
You're 19,
Nah, it's bad though. I'm gonna lie.
He not lying. He know it's bad.
It's bad, I ain't gonna lie.
Ray got the
You got me
mind.
like, you got me. I was like here, my like.
No, gang, you was here.
Like, you
Now
got me turning down, but you putting me down, bro. I was like, I was about to get mature. You got me putting me down. Like, I'm 17 right now. You.
Now, one would think with the AMP, Casanat, Clover Boy metaverse growing to a different stratosphere, people would think that people would be able to, put aside their childish ways and, grow up a little bit. There's so many public eyes on them, so much scrutiny, so many opportunities that honestly, if they did something wrong in the public eye, they could get just clapped off the face of the earth for. With all that being at the fingertips of them, based off of what they did on Halloween, it seems as though they did not care.
Whoa. This is crazy.
That was Rakai's Halloween costume. Now, I think that there is about 45 things wrong with this specific video. And I think that this opens up a bunch of nasty commentary about him and quote unquote zesty behaviors that the community has put onto him, saying that he's being influenced and yada, 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 blase, blase, blase. But that's not what I'm here to address. One of the biggest conversations that came out of this was Rakai doing whiteface. He's dressed as one of the sisters from White Chicks, the character that Marlon and Shawn Wayans put on in order to get that movie off. That's who the costume is. And there was a whole bunch of conversations about black people and whiteface, white people and blackface, blah, 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 blah. But the fuel to the fire of the racial conversations was ignited. That's the main thing to take away from this. And that conversation went much, much deeper. I talk about it on my Patreon / my YouTube memberships, which just launched, about how people thought that all this was racist. But just know that a lot of people put fuel in the fire of the race-based conversations. Go check out that video over there if you want to find out some more. Because they were already into these race-based games, when Ray came downstairs to talk to Rakai in the new Clover house, they kind of just doubled and tripled down into the race play. Oh, that's so weird to say.
Say I'm fucking racist. Came over my eyes. Fuck you.
Fucking like me. Fucking like.
Can't do that. Can't do that. You can't do that either. You cannot do that.
Yeah, and see, this is the problem with this, because this is gonna offend a lot of people, like on both sides. Like, Rakai is gonna offend a lot of people. Like, not only is he dressed up as like one of the white girl characters from the movie, he's also making these like obviously these racial slurs or whatever you want to call them. And so is Ray. He's not dressed up as blackface or anything, but he's obviously insinuating that black people are monkeys. Let's be honest here. Let's not. So my whole thing is, and this is the problem that I see with entertainers like this, because we've seen it happen time and time and again. There's been creators who have been popping. They blew up out of nowhere, and they were on it for years. But then their audience grew older and kind of grew out of that immature perspective of life, and they wanted to see something different from these creators. But these creators knew nothing but to do pushing borderlines and making like entertainment content like this. So this is why I said earlier that this kind of content will not be sustainable in the future, not only because they're going to have more opportunities thrown their way as they get older. Well, Ray's already 19, but for Rakai's whole thing, but their audience is obviously targeted, I'm assuming, to minors. So a lot of minors watch their content, and they're gonna get older and be like, what, that stuff isn't cool anymore. So we want to watch somebody who's gonna, I guess, like, be on the same mental level. So, the stuff that we can laugh at, what I'm saying? There's gonna be different things that you laugh at as you get older, but let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below about these two.
You literally can't do that. Yeah, that's not, you can't. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you literally cannot do that. You see, the WL community / these streamers on this side of the internet aren't unfamiliar with racist jokes. This community loves to play the race card and be racist in its endeavors. But ultimately, that's when not a lot of people were looking at them. Maybe from a viewership perspective, but I'm talking about from a big brand perspective. And trust me, there are levels to this, because just this Halloween, there were other people getting off their racist costumes. I saw some Nazi costumes. I saw some other monkey gorilla. This Halloween was pretty nasty. But this is a different different
crazy
situation.
Halloween.
These are two people with massive, massive brand deals. And they have a lot of people tied to their names. You would think that they would be able to learn, but even Kai Cenat's assistant Bree, who's probably been through these conversations with them time and time again, has just come to the realization that, we can't do anything about these guys. They're cooked.
Fuck your life, bitch. Say I'm fucking racist. Came over my eyes. Fuck you.
Fucking life, bitch. Fucking life.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Rakai. I am a monkey.
Hey, yo.
There's no helping them, bro.
Yeah,
This is just.
they're kind of done for.
The backlash for this was the same backlash that you're probably typing in this comment section as I report the rest of this video. People thought this was racist, insensitive, disgusting, all that stuff. And more importantly, the brands that were attached to them instantly pulled out. I think they said they lost 3, 4, 5 brand deals or whatever the case may be.
I'm joking,
That's bad.
bro. Whatever I say, I don't condone that, bro. You feel me? Bro, by the way, bro, I do a list. Like when we do this and do this, yo, bro, you know there's like 2 sponsored cook on me. Like there's some shit supposed to drop today. There's like 3 company cancel it. Chat, our PR's cook, no cap. We that's done, bro. We cook. We got no PR.
God.
We fucking cook. It's over for us. We about to go broke.
messing up
Yeah,
your
we
own
lost like
bag,
10
bro.
brand deal.
And deservedly so. Like, you're not automatically guaranteed to get anything on the internet just because you exist and you're famous. I wouldn't want to attach my name to you if you were going to use your name so recklessly later on
Right.
the week. I just think that that was just a silly and immature mistake. And it's not just their brand deals that they lost, but a lot of people started questioning them. Their PR got cooked. And I'm glad that they are learning this lesson the hard way because, when Kai told them, it just didn't resonate. And now that they have to sit in the face of this, it's good that other people are verifying the fact that, hey, you kind of deserve to be cooked, gang. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, by the way,
But I do got all night.
bro.
I have another question for y'all, and because this is a question that popped up in my mind. What does this mean for I forget what the name of the group is, but what does that mean for their new, their new group and their new house, when it has Kai, Reggie, what does it mean for those guys now? Are they gonna let this kind of continue, let this kind of behavior be tolerated? And just I guess is it gonna be a thing where it's just a Rakai and a Ray thing, where they just mess up their own bag, and if they can't make ends meet or whatever, they just get kicked off out of the house or whatever and whatnot? Or is it one of those things where their behavior also affects their group as well and the people that they surround themselves with, because now they're using their name so recklessly, and their name is attached to their name inherently. You know what I mean? Their names are attached to Ray and Rakai's name because they're all in the same circle. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about that, because I think that this could possibly be dangerous for people like Kai Cenat, Agent, Reggie, people who are who are still on the rise or either at their prime right now and are still trying to make make things happen in their career.
You know my PR's cook?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you know the clip?
Yeah.
Like, we got
Dang, bro, we keep getting ads. We ain't get an ad last video at all. This is crazy. And it's still
Imagine being
sorry, my internet's slow. My cat ate up my little internet cord, so I'm waiting. I'm on a Wi-Fi extender right now, but the cord's supposed to be coming in tomorrow, y'all. So I promise y'all we ain't gonna have no slow internet no more.
this.
Yeah.
Bro, I got three sponsors I canceled.
Say swear.
So,
Yeah, you kind of deserve it.
damn, I deserve it.
I asked chat what I should get you, and niggas at the PR team.
Nah, I do need that. I
messed
do need
up.
that PR team.
And then to double down in the situation, Rakai and Ray did a Walmart prank, which led Ray to getting his YouTube channel banned from the platform. And the reason why he even
Wow.
got that ban is because Rakai is what's considered to be a protected class on YouTube. He's a minor. So the stuff that they do on their platforms, the Clover Boys or anybody next to Rakai,
Clover
hell, even
Boys, that's what
Rakai
they're
itself,
called.
is just looked at with a different level of light. Now, it doesn't help that in these situations, nobody is taking this seriously. And in fact, YouTube would probably see it as they're being antagonized when Ray goes on social media and attempts to lie about the situation. It also doesn't help that in their explanation of what happened, that they are playing around in the situation. Like, guys, just try to take it seriously.
You know how many brand deal I lost?
No, gang, that ass, gang. Bro, that's not because of me, my nigga.
Yes.
You are the reason why you're PR.
I tell them this is cause your eye like itchy. I tell them when you do this,
when I like this,
your eye itchy, right?
When I like this,
That's what I'm saying. Your
my
eye
eyes
itchy, right?
itchy as fuck.
When I do this, it's Mickey Mouse.
It's
Look,
Mickey
look,
Mouse,
look.
bro. It's Mickey Mouse.
It's a Mickey
You're not
Mouse.
buying that, bro.
You feel me? So he not.
That's what I'm saying. We're not trying to do that racist shit.
Yeah,
You
we're
feel
not
what I'm saying?
racist shit, nigga.
Yeah. Let's tell those PR lady, bro.
Yeah, no.
Now, to shoot Ray and Rakai some bail here, they've grown to the heights that they have,
not
which
gonna
is very
slide.
impressive at a very young age, very fast, while still having, for what it's worth, a not PR-friendly background. When doing research for this video, their PR should have been cooked. I don't know if you remember, but there was a situation in which Ray and Rakai went to a Walmart and faked like they were a part of some sort of charity to grab donations from the people that were either customers or employees at
What?
this specific Walmart.
Yo, you want to donate to a charity?
For Mr. Beast?
No.
Donate to charity.
For Clover.
Clover.
Yeah.
How much?
$2.
Like,
Yeah, I got $8.
I got one, like you got one. You feel me?
Hey. Ooh. Okay.
Appreciate, bro. Here you go, bro.
That's it.
Hey, dab me up.
Thank you, bro.
That's like y'all have tap or something. I don't know what y'all
He got sell.
In fact, I got Zell. I'm a type A.
Yeah, he typed it.
I got Zell.
Yeah. So yeah, how much you gonna send?
Yo, 64 more.
I don't know how much have
Like,
y'all
it depends.
gotten?
Like, if you
It depends if you
you're
were
a good person.
If you're a
you
good person.
100. Feel me? 100,
guys, come on.
100. I work at Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Girl, but you be getting paid. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Ooh, okay.
You be getting paid. But yeah, you could donate like a little $50. What you gonna do?
Look at them. Oh my God.
$50. Come on, y'all.
Okay.
All right.
Crazy.
Thank you so much. You're wonderful. Okay. God bless you.
At the end of the excursion,
And see, this is the thing, like, you know, like Omizi said, they've always been edgy. But I think with these kind of things, this is where I, in my opinion, it goes too far. Because when you start exploiting people, you know, in a way, in a fashion that, where it's like where you're deceiving them, that's where I think it goes from, like, it makes the audience laugh, which the audience is obviously, well, it's typically younger kids, you know what I mean? So they just, you know, they don't, I remember being younger and just not thinking like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying, that's an actual person with an actual job, or, you know, an actual, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they can't really tell the difference. They're just watching from the stream and they're just laughing. They're in the chat. They're, you know, they're commenting. But what with the responsibility, I believe, is on Rakai and Ray. And I don't think it's okay to exploit people, especially when you're deceiving them in this sort of way, telling them that, hey, this is for a charity. Let me get $2. Let me get $1, and like kind of, it's almost like a form of stealing, almost. You know what I mean? Because you're deceiving them. It's not really going to a charity or anything. It's just for, it's for your audience to laugh, not to make the other person laugh. I'm an advocate for like harmless pranks, like where it makes the other person laugh, like the person who's getting pranked, it makes them laugh, and then also makes the audience laugh. But when it's super one-sided and you're exploiting people and deceiving them, that's when I think that, like, you know, you start to lose a grip on what's entertainment and what's not. You know what I mean? You start to lose touch of reality, like, because these are real people with real jobs. Everybody at Walmart are like probably, they're regular class people, bro. They're not rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say that rich people don't go shop at Walmart, but I'm saying that, like, these are probably people who really work hard for their money. You know, and even especially the employees, like, they're at work working for their wage. You know what I mean? And it's not some crazy streamer money. So it's like every dollar that they earn should be kept and used for their, you know, for their own benefit. You know what I mean? Not to be exploited. They shouldn't be exploited and deceived into giving to a charity that doesn't even exist. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section down below.
they managed to panhandle and solicit for $88. Not a grand amount of money, but the way that they went about doing it is obviously not good. Now, they did end up getting trespassed from this specific Walmart, which kudos to them.
You can't go around soliciting people for money.
Their problem is that you guys were going up to customers and asking them for money. And there's a sign on the door that says no soliciting.
You kind of can't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, all you guys aren't welcome back at the Walmart, okay?
Okay.
If you come back, you'll go to jail.
Never?
Never.
For what? For how long?
Chill.
Forever.
Whoa!
Like, actually,
Have a good day.
Forever?
Yep.
Now, I shouldn't have to explain why you can't do that. And it seems as though Ray and Rakai don't understand what type of pull or magnitude they have. With this most recent NASCAR deal that a couple of streamers got, there was a big money tied to this, $100,000. But do you think that Ray
NASCAR?
cared in this situation?
Man, they had a NASCAR deal. Oh, I'm sure this is the one that Ray was talking about that got canceled. Like, this brand deal got canceled.
Do you think that
NASCAR
he
is
really
big,
took into
y'all.
consideration how big of a deal this was? No. And the way that he went about handling it was very, very unprofessional.
You know who they are. You've seen them before. You've definitely seen Tim the Tap Man.
What? He had $100,000 brand deal with NASCAR?
Am I slow or am I retarded or am I autistic?
Bro, your manager gonna have to text you again. That's it. That's it, bro. Like,
Wait,
no, for real. Like, he gonna have to text you again.
Damn, so we can't do the sponsor no more? Damn. We can't do a sponsor no more? No.
You wanna do
This
it?
is mind you, this is his first brand deal. You know what I mean? I'm just assuming from the caption. This is really bad. Like I said, y'all, like this could be potentially really bad, not only for Ray and Rakai, but also for the rest of the people in the house in like the Clover crew or the Clover gang or whatever, because they might have to end up, you know, letting Rakai and Ray go from the squad because like they're not helping building the team in a very like holistic, you know, or efficient manner, you know what I mean, or a respectable manner at that.
No!
Yo, is your
We can't do a sponsor, but no! I want to play the game so bad.
And see, they lost so much touch with reality, and you can just tell by how they react to serious situations. And this can, like I said, this is only, I can only see this being a negative thing.
No!
Will. I don't
Check,
know.
that was
I
showing
like
me
these wheels a lot, but you can't be turning hard left, hard right. Be trying to
Come on, bro. Now, Ray even lost his Adidas deal with your age, but apparently didn't care about that either. Now, he's not the only one who is subject to doing crazy things on live stream. Rakai is also somebody who is, let's say, very, very controversial in the space.
How you doing, Ma? Hey. Yeah, so today, you know, it is the third day of the Mafia-thon. And I caught Rakai not going to class at all. He skipped out on everything.
Okay, so you are free.
But Mom, listen, Mom.
Wait, be quiet. What you say?
You are free to discipline him as however you feel you need to.
Okay, I'm gonna trap him in that classroom and he's gonna learn over and over.
All right, whatever you feel need, go right ahead.
And trust me, there's more. You get the gist. People have been disciplining them, talking to them, you know, saying that they should tighten up, but it's just not sticking and landing. I do want to make an attempt and give a message to Rakai and Ray. As somebody who is there from the early onsets of AMP, you can kind of tell when something is going to be bigger and big. You kind of got that feeling. And honestly, I can say that the Clover Boys have something very, very special. One, you guys are very entertaining, very funny, hilarious, all this other stuff. You bring the shock value, the lovability factor. You bring all of that to the table. And two, you bring the edginess and the tiptoeiness. But with that great power comes great responsibility. You've also got a leg up in the game. A lot of these content creators weren't adjacent to the biggest stars when they were coming up. They were kind of just getting it out the mud. And brands weren't respecting them. That was a whole different space. But nowadays, the doors are wide open because of the people that you're adjacent to. You guys are creators who haven't been creating for long, but have already had sponsorships with the biggest names like Adidas, like NASCAR. Whoever is out there wants to get a piece of you guys. But not if you don't respect the space and take advantage of it in a bad way. I think another thing that needs to be taken into consideration is that you're not just responsible for yourself and your name, you're responsible for others. I know your mom has probably told you that before. Every time you walk out the door, your name is your name and it carries the weight of all your ancestors, blase, blah, etc., etc. But not only are you representing your family in this regard, you're representing your extended social media content creation family. You guys are the biggest names in the Clover House, full stop. And you are gonna be a representation of the Clover House, full stop. It'd be different if you guys were on the lower end of the spectrum or whatever the case may be, but you're not, you're at the top. So when people look to go in to sponsor the Clover House or do anything Clover Boys related, it starts and stops with you guys. And you are an extension of Kai Cenat. So although he may be able to do things that, you know, escape this, you guys can potentially usher in new consequences for Kai Cenat based off of your actions. Now I know, I just laid down a lot of burden and responsibility on two teams.
And this is kind of what I was saying earlier. Like Omizzi's pretty much saying all the, you know, all the questions that I asked earlier. Like this could be, I only see like the way that the Rakai and Ray are going, especially since they lack remorse on the consequences of their actions. I can only seeing that being negative for the Clover Boys in the future. Now, if they don't tighten up, you know what I mean? I can see Rakai and Ray getting in lots of trouble, losing a lot of brand deals, and being eventually kicked out of the Clover Boys house. Let's say if the Clover Boys let them stay, I can only see the Clover Boys falling off the map and everybody, you know, losing brand deals and everybody suffering the consequences of just two people's actions. Like I said, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. I would really appreciate to hear what y'all have to say, but do so respectfully in the comment section. If you are new to the channel, make sure to like the video and subscribe and join the Power community. I appreciate that as well. And without further ado, we'll see y'all in the next video.